Today I will discuss the rune stone, Othila. If you look at this rune stone, it looks like it's holding a precious stone. So let us say if it is a precious stone and it is being held like this as we see it in the symbol, then how did it come to you? So this is also representing inheritance. Just if you look at the symbol, it's a very easy symbol to understand, and it's talking about inheritance. So, let us say someone will ask you that how does this person have such good manners? For example, and as a runestone reader, you take out runestones and you get this as the answer: inheritance. It just means that he or she comes from a very polished or a good background. That is the answer. So, same way, inheritance is about wealth, it is about so many other things. So, it's like what is getting passed on to you. Now, let me discuss this runestone and what is happening with India in detail. So, before I do that, I will share one example or one incidence, when I was working. So, when I was working, once I heard there was a big fight between one girl and her boss. And someone said that this girl is spreading rumors that everybody is going to get sacked and the office is going to get shut down. She said she went and told this to her boss, who then went and told her boss. And when that superior went and asked the girl that why did you say this, or why are you saying everybody is going to get sacked and office is going to shut down, she said then that girl backtracked and said, I never said any such thing. She said, and now the boss is saying that she came and told her, and now she's backtracking. I wanted to ask a bit more to that girl, but then that girl had gone on complete denial and said she had never said it. And she doesn't know why her boss is saying that she said this, that everybody is going to get sacked and the office is going to close down. After some time, maybe a month or two, I had had a very nice job offer, so I moved out. And I am in my new office, and there are, people resigning, joining. So the normal activity, work is happening, all of this is happening. One day, after few months of me resigned, maybe about 5 months later or so, somebody told me everybody has received a termination letter. I said, termination letter? So the previous organization, I said, everybody's received a termination letter? He said, yes. Everybody is getting sacked and they're closing the office. See, the pain a person feels when they get terminated is at another level, because one, it is combined with lot of shock, and suddenly 200 people are sacked, and it's not sacked out of joy or entertainment. They were sacked for a reason. That girl's words were true to the T. And sometimes people don't know how to work with a certain intelligence which is coming their way. When she told her boss, she should not have gone running to her boss and making a formal complaint that she's spreading a rumor or she's saying this. Always first listen to what the person is saying. And no matter how shocking what you're hearing, you should be able to digest it and process it. Her boss was one of the people who also got terminated. Now I will talk about what is happening to India or Indian administration. My reason for telling this example is warning bells. If you can't hear the warning bells, you are destined for a certain fate. So, we started on a good note as a GDP. So, India has a very robust economy. We were doing very well, and our economy was not in shambles. But somehow people who don't understand administration and will keep on spending, they are going to push the country into bankruptcy. BJP as a government is non-stop going on launching and spending on space program, which is the absolutely expensive affair. To spend 50,000 crores, which is the money collected, hard earned money collected through GST from the people of India, is getting burnt by flying to the moon. They're not using this money or pumping it back to the economy. They are just burning it away, and not burning it away for something big or something nice. It's just out of an inferiority complex that we want to match the spending of first world countries, US, you know, financially stable heavyweight economies like China. We are beggars in front of those countries. More than 60% of Indian population is below poverty line. By flying the rocket to the moon, they have done it two times over already. They have pushed extra 10% below the poverty line. So now India is I won't be surprised, 70% below poverty line. India has the highest GST, one of the highest GST in the world, 28%. Still, our government will keep spending and pushing people to poverty. You know what is the inheritance, or what is the new government or coming governments going to inherit? A huge debt burden, which will then force us to take a begging bowl and go to the IMF or go to very rich economies who are abusive in their uh, in their dealings, which is China. You know, if you don't know, if anybody ever borrowed anything from China, they will never come out of debt. That's how abusive and bad Chinese loan making is. Indian government, while they inherited a very safe, sound and healthy economy with very good finances and balance sheet, has pushed India to the red with nonsensical spending. They won't stop spending, and they're not spending 10 crores, 50 crores, they're spending 50,000 crores. And already BJP is talking about spending on the fourth Chandrayaan. I am telling you, India will move under the rule of China, whether we like it or not. Today, Sri Lanka is at the mercy of China. They were not poor, they had very good governance till the time their politicians started to go corrupt. In India, the politicians don't even have brains. They're going on spending mindlessly. And believe me, you don't want China around you. They don't understand spirituality. They're not nice. Maybe they'll get there, but why should I take a risk or wanting to be anything to do with China? So they're turning the inheritance of a healthy, happy economy into state of destitution. For everything, BJP is going on building idols. And these are not small idols. These are huge idols costing 100, 200, 500 crores. Just blowing up money. They haven't figured out how to control the population. Today, there is a warning bell which is coming from IMF to India. It is saying India has exceeded or is about to exceed 100% of its GDP, which means, let's say, in my house, if I have a certain income, let's say my income is 100, and my debt, which means maybe some loan that I have taken or the money that I have taken, Every month I need to pay off 120 or more than 100. If you are earning 100 and you are supposed to repay 120 to someone, what will you eat? And this is what is happened to now Indian economy, where IMF is sending warning bells that India is exceeding 100% of its GDP, which means irrespective of how much work is getting done, how much money you are making or growing in the economy, your debt will, you will need to put all that money out to pay off your debt. And the Indian government, instead of taking the warning bell, is saying there is no concern, there is no reason to worry. They are passing on a legacy or an inheritance of loss to people of India. Can a government do this? Can they run loose like this? This is the same government which lied and said we will give 15 lakhs to each and every citizen of India. And then they say we were joking. Again, Narendra Modi will. I'm a big fan of Narendra Modi. But I don't know. But you can't help it. If he doesn't know administration, I have to talk about it. He was the one who went around saying during his election polling that we will give 15 lakhs to each and every Indian citizen. And then he said, after he won the election, he said, oh, it was just a joke. He's doing the same thing now. He's saying there's nothing to worry. Then he will say, yes, there was something to worry. I did not pay attention. Very conveniently, they're ruining the Indian economy. Psychically, if you don't know who I am, you should check my other channel, Tarot Bloom. And if you will see, I've put a lot of shots on Chinese Premier Xi Jinping. And the reason is spiritually, already I am seeing an energy has set in. And China is moving very close to what is going to now happen to India. We will be at the mercy of Chinese administrator if they keep doing nonsense and ruining India the way politicians are doing right now. You should check my vlogs on spirituality on my channel Tarot Bloom. Not a single media reported when the new parliament was getting built. It all came in as a surprise that now India has a new parliament. Who told you to have a new parliament? They're just going on spending. They don't understand you can't be spending people's hard earned money like this. We are a poor country. What was so wrong and bad with the old parliament? These are not made out of, some little bit money or some, small change. This is all made up of very big spending from the GDP. India has borrowed money from IMF and other rich nations. And instead of looking after its people, they are blowing it up in running a space program. They are going on making cricket grounds. For 400 crores, they are making a cricket ground. They are going on building airports. You can't be doing so much massive economic development when all you have to do is go slow and trim your population, slim down. There is no point of having a certain inheritance of destitution getting passed on to you. There is this recent case of breach of parliament by these youngsters, and they have now caught them and put them into jail over unemployment. One is you can do only so much employment generation. The second is you have to start culling the population. The poorest of poor are going on reproducing. How do you take, if India doesn't know how to look after and do administration, as I said before, will end up like Pakistan and Sri Lanka. We are headed the same way. The warning bells Indian administrator is not taking. Just like that girl refused to take the warning bell when she got told everybody is going to get sacked and the office is going to get closed. And she said she's spreading rumors, or it's not true, or it can't happen. And she was one of the ones who also got terminated when you ignore the warning bells. What is the reverse of this rune? Being homeless, being a destitute, and that's what is happening to good part of India. The rich have, there is no control over how many homes a rich can have. A rich is having maybe even 10 or 15 homes, and poor can't even get a hand on one house. There is no ruling to control housing, to control population. They're just doing time pass.